Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. I don't think I need to tell you that this NFL season has been anything but predictable so far. The Atlanta Falcons, a team that has been patiently building, is now sitting at a crucial crossroads. But what if I told you that a seismic shift could be on the horizon, one that might reshape not only their offense but the entire NFC South? That's right. Today, we're diving deep into some electrifying rumors, recent developments, and what they could mean for the Falcons and their quest for that elusive Super Bowl title in 2025. And yes, we're going to talk about a potential blockbuster move involving A.J. Brown, the star wide receiver who's been making waves in the NFL and could be heading straight to Atlanta. Let's start by setting the stage. The Falcons have had a bit of a roller coaster start this season. They're currently sitting at 1-2, a record that's not exactly what they envisioned when the campaign began. Coming off a tough Week 3 where they faced the Carolina Panthers and got shut out with a 30-0 loss, there's no sugarcoating it, things aren't perfect. The offense, which has always been a bit of a question mark, showed some cracks. Michael Penix Jr., the young quarterback trying to find his footing in the league, struggled in that game, completing just 18 of 36 passes for 172 yards without a single touchdown. 2 interceptions on top of that, definitely not what you want to see, especially when your team's trying to establish a rhythm and gain confidence. But here's the thing, Penix Jr. isn't the sole problem. The issue runs deeper. The lack of offensive playmakers stepping up around him has been glaring. Dez Bryant, the veteran receiver, has been battling injuries, and the depth at wide receiver just isn't quite there yet. Bijan Robinson has been doing his best to carry the load, leading the team with 164 receiving yards. Drake London, who's been viewed as the Falcons' primary outside receiver, is close behind with 159 yards. Kyle Pitts has also contributed with 135 yards, but beyond that, the options thin out quickly. Ray McLeod, the slot receiver, has managed to muster just 71 yards, hardly enough to stretch defenses or keep defenses honest. And that brings us to the big question: how can Atlanta take that next step? How can they give Penix Jr. the weapons he needs to succeed and turn this season around? Well, it just so happens that there's a potential solution right around the corner, and it's got fans buzzing. That solution: bringing in a proven elite wide receiver, someone like A.J. Brown. Yes, you heard that right. A.J. Brown, the dynamic star currently with the Philadelphia Eagles, could be the key piece to unlock the Falcons' offensive potential. And here's why this makes so much sense. First, let's talk about A.J. Brown's impact. Over his 7 seasons in the league, Brown has amassed a staggering 768 receiving yards and 55 touchdowns. He's a physical, explosive receiver who can line up on the outside or in the slot and win contested catches. His route running is sharp, his hands are reliable, and his ability to turn a short pass into a big gain is second to none. For a young quarterback like Penix Jr., having a receiver like Brown to throw to is a game changer. He's the kind of player that defenses have to scheme around, which opens up opportunities for the rest of the offense. Now, why would the Eagles consider trading him? Well, that's where the dynamics get interesting. The Eagles, despite their impressive 30-0 start to the season, have a bit of a roster dilemma at wide receiver. Devonta Smith and Jahan Dotson are both talented, young receivers who are core pieces for the future. Brown, who is 28 years old, already has a Super Bowl ring, and his contract situation is approaching a critical point. The pressure is mounting for him to secure a new deal, and with the Eagles having a younger core, there's speculation that Howie Roseman might look to move Brown if it means acquiring draft capital or other assets that can help build their team long-term. This is the kind of move that could benefit everyone involved. The Eagles could recoup some draft picks or young talent, and the Falcons could get a proven weapon to pair with their young quarterback. Think about it. If Atlanta were to acquire Brown, they'd immediately transform their passing game. They'd gain a receiver who not only stretches the field but also excels in tight coverage, making life easier for Penix Jr. and opening up running lanes for Bijan Robinson. And it's not just about adding a star. It's about the strategic shift that could happen in the NFC South. The division has been competitive, with teams like the Buccaneers, Saints, and Panthers all vying for supremacy. But with a player like A.J. Brown on the Falcons, they instantly become more dangerous. The defense already has potential, but the offense needs that extra punch, that game-changing player who can turn the tide in tight games. And Brown, with his experience and talent, could be that guy. Just picture him lining up on the outside, drawing double teams, and freeing up space for London, Pitts, and the emerging running backs. Of course, there are questions. Will the Eagles be willing to part with him? What would the trade package look like? Are the Falcons willing to make that bold move? But if you're a Falcons fan, you have to dream about the possibilities. Because a move like this could accelerate the team's rebuild, help Penix Jr. develop faster, and give Atlanta a legitimate shot at competing for the NFC South crown and beyond. It's a bold strategy, but in today's NFL, sometimes you have to make bold moves to stand out. Now, let's shift gears a little and consider the bigger picture. The NFC South has been unpredictable, with teams like the Bucs and Saints trying to assert dominance, but the Falcons are still very much in the mix. Last season, they finished with a solid record, and there's a sense that with the right adjustments, they could be contenders. The coaching staff, led by Arthur Smith, has been working tirelessly to craft an offense that maximizes their talent. Adding someone like A.J. Brown would be a statement move, showing that Atlanta is serious about taking that next step. And speaking of the coaching staff, you can bet that they're closely monitoring the situation. They know that to beat the best, you have to beat the best, and having a receiver of Brown's caliber would be a massive advantage. Plus, with the NFC South being a division where games often come down to a few critical plays, having that reliable, game-changing receiver can be the difference between a playoff run and an early exit. As we look further into the season, it's clear that the Falcons need to capitalize on these opportunities. The NFC South is wide open, and with the right moves, they could be the team to beat. The fan base is hungry for success, the players are hungry for that breakthrough, and the front office might just be considering that one bold move that could change everything. The rumors are swirling, and while nothing is confirmed yet, the possibility of A.J. Brown donning the red and black is enough to get any Falcons fan dreaming about a future where their team is not just competitive but dominant. So, to all the Falcons supporters out there, keep your eyes peeled. The NFL is a league of surprises, and sometimes the biggest moves happen when you least expect them. The potential trade window is opening, and if the stars align, Atlanta could be on the verge of acquiring a player who can help them chase that Super Bowl again. Imagine the roar of the crowd, the energy, the excitement, because having A.J. Brown on your team isn't just about adding a player, it's about elevating your entire franchise. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think A.J. Brown would be the perfect fit for Atlanta? Would you be excited if the team pulls the trigger and makes a move? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. We're in this together, and the best is yet to come.